Hello, welcome back, and today we're going to be working on the Lesson 3 drills on page 34 of Strategies for Improvisation Book One. Again, these drills have been designed to help you more deeply understand the scales and arpeggios that go along with the harmonies to Mother's Brother. Take a second to hit that subscribe button to give you exclusive access to regular content we'll be uploading on how to work on improvisation. Again, the first step of this process is to assign scale degree numbers to each of the notes in the drills. So for example, on drill 1, you'll notice that we have E flat, G, B flat, C, B flat. So these scale degrees of the E flat triad are 1, 3, 5, 6, 5. And you'll notice if you go through this exercise, it's the same shape for each of the chords. A flat, again, A flat, C, E flat, F, E flat is 1, 3, 5, 6, 5. B flat 7, B flat, D, F, G, F is 1, 3, 5, 6, 5 of the chord B flat dominant 7. So we're basically taking this melodic shape and we're moving it to each of the different chords, the 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord in the Mother's Brother chord progression. So take a second to work the shape and see if you can memorize it. And then we'll go ahead and play it together. Our hope is, of course, as you learn these drills, they're going to help you to make more creative melodies over the chord progression. Now, to more deeply understand this melodic shape, we're going to try transposing it to another key, the key of B flat major. So first of all, we have to think about what the 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord are in the key of B flat major. Notice that the B flat is the first scale degree. We move up to E flat, that's the 4th scale degree, and F is the 5th scale degree. So the 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. Let's go ahead and plug in these melodic shapes over the new chord progression. Okay, now let's go ahead and try to memorize this shape, and then we'll play it together in the key of B flat. All right, if you're able to successfully transpose that shape to another key, that helps you really build some more strong connections inside your mind to help you to understand how these chords work together with the melodic shapes. Okay, so our next challenge is on the following exercises, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's go ahead and try to transpose those in our mind without me giving you the answer. Try to do it without writing it down on paper. If you can manage to do that, you're really going to be understanding these melodic shapes. In case you aren't able to do the transpositions in your head at this point, I've included the answers for the B-flat transpositions in the comments below. The second drill focuses on taking the major pentatonic scale shape and transferring it to the different chords in Mother's Brother. The third drill continues on with that same major pentatonic scale shape, but it starts on the third scale degree. So one of the important things when we're coming up with the ability to create melodies over chords, is when you see the chord symbol, to not immediately think of just the root of the chord, but start to immediately be able to think of some of the color notes, which, if you think about it, the third and the seventh give chords their first colorful quality, in that the third tells you if a chord is major or minor, and a seventh tells you if the chord is major 7, minor 7, or dominant 7. The fourth exercise helps us to be able to build basic triads, but it uses sort of a double time figure, using sixteenths in that eighth note syncopated style of Mother's Brother. The fifth example allows us to play all of the notes of each scale except for the seventh scale degree. So let's look at the two voice-led lines that are happening in drill number 6. The first notes are as follows. On the 1 chord, notice we're starting on the 3rd scale degree. On the 4 chord, we're starting on the 4th scale degree. On the 5 chord, we're starting on the 1st scale degree. And then back to the 1 chord, we're starting on the 5th scale degree. So we're moving up a half step, up a whole step, and then staying on the same note. A smooth voice-led line. There's a secondary voice-led line here as well. Notice that the second 8th note on the 1 chord is the 5th scale degree, which moves to, on the 4 chord, the 3rd scale degree, which moves to, on the 5 chord, the 3rd scale degree, which moves back to the 1 chord, and we go to the 1st scale degree. So we're moving up a whole step, and then up a half step. A nice smooth voice-led line. Drill number 7 is again focusing on voice leading. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at the first voice-led line. On the 1 chord, we start on the 3rd scale degree. On the 4 chord, we start on the 1st scale degree. On the 5 chord, we start on the 7th, the dominant 7th scale degree. And then when we go back to the 1 chord, we're back to the 3rd scale degree. So we go up a half step, stay there on that same note, and then move down a half step. A nice voice-led line. Again, there's a secondary voice-led line. Look at the 2nd quarter note in the first measure. Over the 1 chord, we start on the 1st scale degree. Over the 4 chord, we're on the 5th scale degree. On the 5 chord, we're on the 5th scale degree. And then back to the 1 chord, we're on the 1st scale degree. So this line moves. So this line stays the same from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, moves up a whole step to the 5 chord, and then moves back down a whole step on the 1 chord. I hope you had a good time working with me on the Lesson 3 drills. Subscribe to this website for more exclusive content, which we'll be uploading from week to week.